Hi there soulmates, welcome back to Kunmi Styling YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to draft a bodysuit. If this is what you like to learn, kindly watch from beginning to the end. And to our returning subscriber, you're welcome. Thank you for always coming back. Thank you for always staying tuned. And if you are coming across this channel for the first time, you're welcome also. Do well to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on your notification bell so that anytime I drop an amazing video like this, you'll be the first to get notified. And if you want me to do any illustration, you can make use of the number that is showing on your screen. That's my WhatsApp number. You can message me and send me any tutorial that you want me to do. Thank you. So I'm drafting both the front and back together. I've gone ahead to fold my pattern into two, and I'll just be tracing out this out. This is a border line before I start my measurements. So this is just a border line like so. So I measure my bust, my shoulder measurement to be 7 inch, then the neck width of 3 inches, then my shoulder slope of 1 inch. Then I'll draw out that line like this, and my armhole depth of 7.5 inch. But if you are making this a sleeveless, you should step up by 1 inch. So let's say I'm making use of a sleeveless now, just step up by this dotted line. So you don't need your bust span measurement here. I'll just go ahead to take my shoulder to bust line, and here is it. I'll take my shoulder to waist, that's my natural waist, and I'll square out the lines. So I'll square out the line. Then after, I will take my crotch depth of 8 inch. So I'll make that one also into a straight line. Then that 8 inches, divide it by 2. Then you come down by 1. Divided by 2 will give us 8. Then coming down by 1 will give us 5 inches. So that one will determine the curve that we are making use of. So you just do it like this, then make it, sorry for that, make it into a straight line. Then we need crotch extension. We need crotch extension of 1 inch. Please, this is very, very important. Crotch extension of 1 inch. So go ahead to label it. This is my crotch extension, crotch, and this is my waist, and this is my bust measurement. So now the next thing to do is to take my bust measurement. My bust is 32. 32 divided by 4 will give us 8 inch. So I'll dot my 8 inch. Then bodysuit pattern that we're making, if you want to sew it, you make use of a stretchy fabric like a lycra or any stretchy fabric. That is what is used because you don't have zipper on it. Do you understand? And the waist measurement, sorry, let's make use of 27.5. I made a mistake. So 27.5 will give us 6.75, not 7 inches. So let me use my pencil first, and this will give us 8. So I'll be making this into a straight line. I'll connect these 2 points together like so. So I'll connect it like this. Then after the connection, on this line, I'll take my hip measurements on that line, this point, this middle line. We divided our waist to crotch. That's the crotch depth. We divide it into 2. We come down by 1 to get this line. And my hip measurement is 8 inch. So this one now, I'll use my curve to connect this. So let's connect this with my curve ruler this way. So I'll just go ahead to use marker to trace it out. Let's use marker. Now this part, I can just stick it in a little bit so that it can be firm on my body. Can you see it? Just a little bit. Now, after this, on the crotch extension, measure 1.5. You know, this is like a pant joined together to an half bodice. So the width here, make use of 1.5. Then that 1.5, just take it to the this line that we took our hip measurement. Then I'll just use my pencil. We don't need the line really, like this. So after that, whatever you have here, which is 8, divided by 2. After you divide it by 2, on this part, divide it by 2. So we have 2. So on that point, just step up by 0.25. Do you understand? So you step up by 0.25. Now we are going to be connecting this point to this point. And if you want to connect this now, let me just square out an angle of 90 degrees. So let me square this line out, although we don't need it. So I'll measure out 1.5 inch also. So the connection is going to go like this and like this. Do you understand? So let me just use my pencil to dot it like so. Then let me use blue marker so that you understand that I've done. Do you understand? So this is the front part of our bodysuit. Now to draft the back, like I said we are doing both the front and back together. After this 1 inch crotch extension for the front, measure 4 inches. Measure out 4 inches and draw a straight line. Do you understand? Make it a straight line. Let me use a red marker for that. Do you understand? So the same 1.5 that we use here, we are going to be taking that 1.5 on it also. So I will just dot this line straight down, because the for the bodysuit, the under will have press button or any button of your choice. So the back is the one that will come and meet the front, not the front meeting the back. That is why the back is longer than the front. And don't forget, the back also has butts, while the front does not have butts at the back. Do you understand? So this is the width of the same 1.5. Now we want to now connect it. In connecting this, just connect this point together like this. Connect them together like this. After the connection, are you getting it? Just connect the points like this. I don't know if you are seeing it with your pencil. Then come to this point this way, like an angle of 90 degrees. Do you understand? Like an angle of 90 degrees. So just place your measuring tape on that point. Then you measure out 5.5, or how wide you want it to be, or how you want it to cover your butt behind. Do you understand? So I'm going to be connecting this point to this point, and it will come down to this point. So let me just use my pencil in doing this also. So that 5.5 is just like a guide. Do you understand? So it's very simple, just like a guide. So I'll just use do you understand? So this is for the back and this is for the front. This is the back of the bodysuit and this is the front of the bodysuit. Now I've not finished the armhole. So my armhole divided by 2 give us 3.75, come down by 1, 4.75. So I'll do the front and back armhole together like so. So just connect it. This will be the front. That's the back armhole, and the front is always deeper than the back. But if it's going to be sleeveless, you don't need to take the front armhole to be as deep as this. You can just use 1/2 inch. Then the neck depends on what you want. So we can still do our 3x3. Then later you can modify it. So then for the back to be 1 inch. Do you understand? So it can also be as deep as this. This can be a sleeveless, like I said. If it's going to be a sleeveless now, it's going to be something like that. And this is connected to this. So let's cut out. So I'm cutting the back out at first. So we cut this way. So this is the back. Now let's cut out the front. The front now is going to be like this. So here's what we have. If you want to cut this out on your fabric now, you just cut each part B on fold. Then you don't need to add seam allowance to it. You can still sew out 1/2 inch. It depends on how stretchy the fabric you are making use of. Do you understand? So this one will come and meet this one. Then this is how it's going to be. Do you understand? This is how it's going to be. So maybe on 1/2 inch this way. Do you understand? So this is our front, and this is the back. Do you understand? So alright there, soulmates, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. I hope you find these tips helpful. If you do well to like, comment. If you are yet to subscribe, please kindly subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.